Hi guys, my name is Marshall Sherman. I'm one of the founders and owners of Simple Downline LLC, which built the shop over in Marquette tonight. Thanks for letting me come out and talk to you guys a little bit and kind of show you what we're doing. Hopefully you guys will find it helpful. That's why we put it together. I think what I'd like to do is I'm going to start kind of give you a little bit of our story, why we did Simple Downline, and then we'll watch a quick little walkthrough video, and then I'll kind of explain some of the more prominent features, and then we can do a kind of for any questions that you have. Downline started. It was started by myself and 3 other guys. All of our wives do Young Living, and we love it. In fact, I've got my white fur with me right now because I scanned for it. So, but yeah, we all use Young Living. My sister-in-law is one of the local diamonds in the area, and so we came up with the idea for Simple Downline because we were watching our wives trying to build these businesses and doing these menial tasks over and over again, and it was just time consuming. It was taking them hours to do stuff that was super simple and shouldn't take that long to do. And so we're programmers by trade, and so we were sitting there, or developers, and so we were sitting there going, there's got to be a way we can automate some of this, make this easier on them. So that's where the idea came from. So we sat down and we talked with them, and we've been working on this application since really since about April is when we started building it. So it's still fairly new. It's pretty solid, but we're still working at some of the kinks on it. But we've just been amazed at the hours that it has saved all of our wives, which is great because we like our wives and we like them spending time with us. My sister-in-law has 6 kids now, so all under the age of 10. So obviously she has a lot going on her hands as well. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and actually, excuse me, those of you watching online. We don't need this quite as loud. I'm going to go ahead and play this walkthrough video. So this is the website. This is actually a local copy. So what you guys are going to see actually has a few features on it that aren't in production yet. So they're not actually available on the website. And I'll point those out. But the website is actually simpledownline.com. So up here you'll see simple-downline.dev. That's just local. It's Simple Downline all one. Excuse me, Simple Downline all one word. Simpledownline.com. I'm going to go ahead and play the video.
Welcome to Simple Downline. This video will give you a quick overview of how you can use Simple Downline to track, communicate, and grow in your Young Living business. This is your dashboard.
You can turn that up. If you just twist the volume if it's not loud enough. Oh, sorry guys. Here, let's actually go to the website for this one. Oh, well, it would probably help if I was connected to the internet. Sorry about that. It helps when you're actually connected to the internet.
It's okay.
I'm
gonna have Ross if they can turn it down.
Welcome to Simple Downline. This video will give you a quick overview of how you can use Simple Downline to track, communicate, and grow in your Young Living business. This is your dashboard. At a glance, you can see frequently viewed numbers like new members, members on essential rewards, and members who need to place an order so they will receive commission. You can also use the filter to see the dashboard for any of your other members. Clicking on a dashboard number will take you to a list of members. You can click on a member's name to see information about them, and click the upline icon to see who they're under. You will notice a star and rocket icon next to the names in the list. These icons show you who is a new member and who is on Fast Start. You can also email the list of members by clicking the email button. Each dashboard report is linked to an email template. There are default templates you can use, or you can customize the templates by navigating to the Manage Templates link. There are two types of templates, dashboard and custom. Dashboard templates are linked to the dashboard reports. These templates keep track of who has received the template for the current month from anyone in your downline, so you can know if someone in your downline has already sent the template. There is default wording for each dashboard template, or you can click the Edit button to customize the template. Custom templates. These are templates that are not linked to a dashboard report. You can create and manage as many custom templates as you want. These templates can be used by selecting Create New from the Emails drop-down menu. You can also create groups that allow you to communicate and type in the member names you want to add to the group. These groups will be available to use when typing in the To field of a new email. There are more ways you can use Simple Downline to communicate with your team. From your Downline page, click the envelope icon to email a specific member, the member's entire leg, or members and customers only. When communicating with your team, you often want to exclude certain legs who handle their own communications. Simple Downline makes this a cinch. Clicking on the envelope icon and choosing the exclude option will automatically exclude this leg from all dashboard report emails. This is very helpful when sending emails for a report like new members. You can need to email basically through your members to figure out if they're under someone who manages his or her own communications. The last feature we will cover in this video is search. You can use the search bar in the menu to quickly search for a name or member number. You can also click the search icon to use the advanced search to find members using more specific criteria. For example, if you're wanting to see how many of your members have ordered 300 PV or more and are also on auto ship, simply fill in the fields and click search. Simply click the email button to send an email to the members in your search results. We hope this video has been informative. Sign up now to start your free trial and get immediate access to these great tools so you can track, communicate, and grow.
All right, so that was my brother-in-law, John, with a lovely deep bass in the walkthrough video. But that's kind of a basic overview of Simple Downline. So the whole point is to be able to track, communicate, and grow your Young Living business. So the way that we do that is we keep track of who needs to receive an email based on whatever the criteria are, right? So for example, any new members that you have signed up, they're going to show up in the new members report. Okay, and so then if you wanted to email out something to all your new members saying, hey, welcome to the organization, glad you're part of it, whatever, you can just hit open the report and hit email, and it automatically loads all their email addresses into it and sends them an email. So that way you don't have to go through and try and find everybody, or even if you run the new members report in the Young Living back office, you have to go through individually and get their email addresses. This takes care of all that. That I want to point out is the exclusions feature, because this is one of the major features. So a lot of, as you grow, as you grow, you're going to have legs that are big enough that the head of those legs manage their own communication, right? So that leg may not really need to hear from you because your first level is taking care of it. So in that case, you can actually go in, and I'll show you how we do that here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go and click log in. And what this is going to do, this will take us to the login page. And I'm going to log in here. All this data that you see is actually fake data. Actually, let's see. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the members. So this is, I mentioned to Claudia, there are some, and to you guys, there are some features in here that aren't yet available on the production site. One of them is these tooltips. So when you hover over, it's going to give you a little pop-up that kind of explains what each of those badges is for. So for example, incomplete signups, this is the number of members in your downline who are currently showing help or start living kit. And the attached report gives you a list of them so that you can send them an email and say, hey, this hasn't finished yet.
Already a pre-book for that too, right?
Correct. So the other one here is need to order. So this report is going to show members in your organization that have OGV underneath them, but they don't have any PV or not enough PV to qualify them to receive bonuses or commissions. And so this is going to give you a list of those people so that you can hit email listed members. It'll throw them into an email for you, and you can send the email off. Right, it's just going to show if there's it's going to give you, so right here you can see there, this person, Ronnie Heathcote, has 435 OGB but 0 PV, which means obviously he's going to miss out on bonuses or commissions. So when you pull this list up, you can see if they have 50 or 100, and that'll tell you whether it's just PR points or the check. What's that? Right now it's searching for 0 PV. So if they don't have any PV, it's going to put them in that list. It's going to pull those people as well, but it's not going to differentiate between the 50 and 100. So it's
so
just
49 and under.
Well, or 100 and under. So it's going to give you a list of all those people so you can see all of those people, but it's not going to categorize them for you individually yet. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So this is essentially the template that you're going to see across all of the reports. So every report is going to look very similar to this, and it's going to be excuse me. It's going to be exactly the same, just pull the different members based on whatever it is, right? So we'll take a look here at your downline. This is the entire downline, like what you would see if you were to log into your Young Living back office. Your PV, OGV levels, all right here. Your auto shift, you hover over, it's going to show you what is currently in the cart or what has processed if it's checked. You can, by clicking, you can see who they're under, and obviously as that goes deeper, it becomes a little bit nicer feature for you to just be able to click and see, oh, this is their tree, right, their genealogy. So let's say, for example, Taurine Thompson actually is one of the larger legs, right, and we know that she manages her downline pretty well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this little envelope, and that's going to give me options for communication. I can either email her, I can email her entire downline, I can email only members in her downline, or only customers in her downline. Or what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and exclude her and her downline from emails, because she handles all that communication. So now her downline is excluded from emails. So you'll see there's a few members here that are on the Fast Start bonus. Those members are, sorry guys. Those members are going to show up in the, you'll have some of them show up, like Oliver Romaguera is going to show up here in the, the names are going to be different because it's generating fake names each time we pull something up. But you can see that there's 2 people here that are excluded from receiving emails. So when I go to email all of these new members and say, hey, welcome to my organization, they're not going to show up. And of course, my development copy is thrown in error. Sorry. Okay.
Question for you.
Yes.
Do you want me right at the end, or can I?
Nope, go ahead.
So, for example, that's when you email, you exclude legs, like for example in your front line that you know they're taking care of their people, right? But let's assume that one of the legs that you thought wasn't going to send out anything, you didn't exclude her, but someone way down there already sent new members a welcome email for their 10 people in their downline, for example. Will it also already deduct those people that already got the members, even if it's from a leg that you did not exclude?
Right.
Right?
So that's a good question. Did you guys understand that? So basically what you're saying is that if you have somebody 4 levels deep that sends out a welcome email to their new people, are they going to be excluded in this list, or are they going to get another welcome email from you? That's a good question. That's actually one of the reasons that we started doing all this exclusion stuff with Simple Downline, is to keep track of all that. So as long as they send that welcome email template from the dashboard template,
Oh, I didn't know that.
which is showing up here under Manage Templates, all the dashboard templates are tied to those reports. So that means we're going to track who gets the email that's tied to that template. So the welcome email is tied to the new members template, or the new members report, right? So when you go to new members report, hit send welcome email, and you use the dashboard template, what that's going to do is keep track of that. So now if somebody else way up the line goes and pulls up the new members report and hits send email, it's not going to, if they're using that dashboard template, it's not going to send them a welcome email, right? So that helps prevent duplication, because the bigger the organization you're a part of, the more likely it is that people are going to get 5 to 6 emails about the same thing.
So basically, if you didn't exclude a leg, you got it cut.
Right. Not honestly.
Question. So is there in the future the possibility of doing it if the new member report, even if they send out the custom new members, or no?
We can't do it with the custom new members because those are unique to the individual.
Okay.
And so there's no way for us to know what the content of that message was since
true.
you created it.
Yeah, that's true.
So the only way that we can do that is if we say, hey, this template is tied to this report.
Okay.
And so as a result, we can keep track of who got it. And what's that?
Can we edit?
Yes. So you'll see over here on the side, there's an edit button. You can pull this up and you can edit what this email says. You can post links and put pictures in, add all that kind of stuff.
But then you won't. But then.
If you edit the dashboard template,
no.
it will still register.
What?
So it'll still keep track of it if you edit the dashboard template. As long as it's the dashboard template, we keep track of it.
Oh, okay. So every month when you go to email your new members, you click edit and you copy and paste
if you're changing it.
If you're changing it, okay, just not from the custom email.
So for example,
Okay.
if I were to create a custom email template that said welcome, then it wouldn't keep track of that. But if I want to send them whatever it is that I want to say, instead of using the default wording that's added on the welcome email template, the dashboard template, and
But if you edit, delete everything, and write another.
it'll still keep track of
count
it as long as you're editing that template.
So we should maybe train our teams, or help teach our teams to do it that way, so that way we can.
If that what we track is the template, not the content. Right?
Okay. I was
So-
doing a custom email, but since no one above me is using it yet, it wasn't a problem. But
Right.
down.
Yeah, definitely. If you're wanting to prevent people from doing that, you want to make sure that you use that. What we did the custom email templates for was for promos and that kind of stuff that you come up with kind of on your own, right? So I want to give a promo to everybody that's this rank and above that ordered over a certain PD, right? Well, not valid, but you know, something. So that's kind of how the templates work. You can also send one-off emails. So I can just create a new email, and if I want to, send it to my, actually, I don't know that we have a group. Let's create a group. So,
Oh, those are nice. Like I'm gonna create a group for like frontline, or silvers and above, golds and above.
right, you can create a custom group. Now, I was doing some work on this before I came over, and so the groups aren't going to pull up right now. But I could go to the live version and go to manage groups. And
Can you use mine?
my internet's having trouble right now. That's fine. But basically, if you go to the groups, you can create a group of people like you showed in the email, and then you can, when you pull up a new email, you can create new and add that group in there. So as you start typing, it'll pull up in there the group, and you can hit that and it'll send it to everybody in that group.
Question.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm full of questions. Can you do a group, like you said, if you want to do a group for silvers and above that ordered a certain number, can you do that but exclude silvers and above from these 2 legs only?
So
or silvers and above, like if you're doing a promo in a specific leg or 2 or 3 legs, not the entire organization.
At this point, we can't specify it by the leg.
Okay.
That's something that we're looking at adding in the future. But just right now, keeping track of that, we haven't been able to do that yet because people move around sometimes, and so that kind of changes things a little bit.
Okay.
But we are looking at a way to be able to do that in the future. So that's the email function. There's a lot more to that. Some more fun things that you can do with that, but here in it. Okay. You'll see from down here these are what we call our new rank badges. So this is going to show you how much it's like in the new virtual office, right? So this was really cool. The new virtual office came out with it after we had this on the site, and but it doesn't quite work as well. So basically what this does is it shows each leg that you have and what your next rank is in the OGB that you need in those to achieve the next rank, right? It shows you what your next rank is and all that stuff. So at a glance you can see, okay, this is where I am, this is how far I have to go to get to the next one, and try and figure all that out. The other thing I want to show you guys is our help section. So we have the video in here under help, and that's up in the menu bar. And then there's a few frequently asked questions. We're continually adding to them as we get more and more questions. But those are available there. And also, if you're experiencing a technical issue, so you found a bug or something's not working right, or you're not sure how this is supposed to work, you can't find help in the frequently asked questions, go ahead and if you click the contact link, you can send a message to us. That goes straight to our support team, and it creates a ticket for you. So rather than, we do have a Facebook page, but we encourage people, if there's a technical issue, go through the with contact link in the menu bar, because what that does is actually creates a ticket for our support team, and it gives us information about the browser you're using, the system you're on, and account details so that we can make sure that we keep track of everything, and it allows our tech team to diagnose the issue a little bit quicker.
And you can include a screenshot.
Yeah, and you'll see an option, this right here, if I do this, it'll actually include a screenshot of whatever is here. So that way, and it's just of the browser window, it's not of your whole desktop, it's just of that window. So that way we can kind of see what it is you're talking about, okay? And our guys monitor that. Our response time's pretty fast. We have somebody monitoring that from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday. Okay, so within that time, we'll usually get back to you pretty quickly. And the system will automatically create a ticket and let you know, hey, we got it, and our team will be in touch with you. Okay, so that's the email function of it, and some of the dashboard stats. Now I want to walk you real quick through the advanced search feature, and then I'll show you the dashboard filters, and then I'll let you guys ask any questions that you have. So the advanced search feature is kind of neat. We built this from scratch. So a lot of times companies will use third-party plugins to do searches. We actually built this one from scratch. The benefit that that gives us is it allows us a lot more flexibility with what we can search for, and we can add new things as they're requested. But essentially, you can search for anything that you want to search for in any combination. So the Young Living VO allows you to search for a lot of these things, right? You can go to the Young Living search and you can check off a lot of these options. However, there's a limit to how many of those things you can do in one search. With the search feature that we built, you can search for any combination of these things above. So let's say I wanted to see anybody who is a senior star that had a PV greater than, we'll do greater than 100. And let's just say that they're from Texas. This is going to show me all the people that are senior star and above that have a PV greater than 100 and that are in the Texas area. Right? So that allows me to search that really quickly, and then I can just email. So the benefit to this is, for example, let's say you wanted to do a promo, and you're going to say, hey, I want everybody that is, executive. I'm going to get all my executives that have spent more than 250 PV, and maybe a new rank or something like that. And I want to see all those people. You hit search, and you can hit email listed members, and it'll send them all an email. And obviously, you can edit them. Okay, so then that's kind of the search feature, and what's really neat about that, like I said, is the fact that you can search for any number of those different things in one search, as opposed to having to do it step by step the way you have to with the VO. I do want to highlight real quickly the new ranks report. We're still working on this. It's new, but basically what this will do is it'll reflect the number of people in your downline that have achieved a new rank this month. The number and the report that are attached to it are actually updated after the 20th of the month. And the reason for that is because Young Living doesn't finalize all of their data until then when they cut the commission checks or when they post commissions. And so things change until then, and the ranks are never right until then. In fact, if you go look at somebody who achieved a new rank last month, it's going to show their current rank is higher than their highest rank. So if you were to go last month to somebody who achieved, let's say they made silver last month, Young Living site right now and until the 20th, if you pull up their member profile, current rank is going to say, for last month, current rank will say silver, highest rank is going to say executive, or whatever their last rank was. So it's not accurate until the 20th when they update it. So that caused some confusion earlier in the month because everybody was like, hey, this shows these people with new ranks, but this isn't what Young Living is showing. That's because we're actually ahead of Young Living in what we were showing you. So what we did is we basically just said until Young Living finalizes their data, we're going to go ahead and wait. Now we've found a workaround to this, and we're going to be able to do that much sooner instead of having to wait till the 20th, but we're still in the process of getting that in place.
Oh yeah, because I remember doing it like 2 months ago, the first of the month.
Right, and we had that working, but then there were a couple of people that got confused and said, hey, wait a minute, they sent some emails to some people and Young Living, an order got returned or something, and so then they didn't hit the rank, and so it was just a big mess. So we said, you know what, we'll do it when Young Living does it, rather than trying to jump the gun.
We should also use that feature, like we use part of the oil tools.
Yes.
And we pull up our report and say, like, who ranked, I mean, it's not final in oil tools, like we have, but we do our congratulatory things.
Right.
Yeah.
So we should not use that feature.
And you can, but it just won't update and show you anything new until the 20th.
Well, yeah, that's
So the number is going to show 0 until the 20th, at least for now. Like I said, we've got a workaround. We just haven't had a chance to put it into production yet because it's going to go out to several other features. And that'll probably change too when we're working with Young Living to get kind of a back-end feed into their database, which will help speed that up a little bit as well. Okay, so those are kind of the overall features of this. The last one I wanted to show you is the dashboard filter. So if I wanted to see what somebody's simple downline dashboard looks like, they don't have to be signed up for Simple Downline, I can see what they're like by typing in their name and selecting them, and that's going to show me what their dashboard looks like just right there. Now I can't do anything. I can't email people from it or see any of the people under them. What their dashboard, excuse me, what their dashboard would look like. Does that make sense? Okay, so that allows, if you have somebody call you and say, hey, my dashboard, you know, I need help with figuring out what I need to do to make the next rank, or can you take a look at this and let me know what you think? You can see very quickly, you can see all those same numbers that you can see on your download just by typing them in. Right?
One more question. So when you pull up the dashboard of someone else that doesn't have Simple Downline, you can't do anything with it. Like you can't see who the 3 people are that missed the ER. But is there a way can I do a report to see the people that missed the ER in that leg?
We can't, as of right
Just
now,
if it's
we
someone
can't
that
search about the leg.
Okay.
And regardless of whether somebody signed up for Simple Downline or not, you're not going to be able to actually open those reports.
Okay.
Just because of how things work. But you can. The point of this was to basically give you an overview so you can see from somebody else's perspective what's happening in their downline.
If it's
Instead
a leader
of having
that
to
is
sort through like 6 different legs, if you want to see what is this leg doing, you can pull that up and see from their perspective what their leg is doing.
So if it's a leader that's not very much involved, that just happens to have a lot of signups for whatever reason, doesn't really understand the business, how do you support like those people that would come up with the ER miss? How do you, is there another
still
way?
show up in your report.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so all that's still going to show up in your report. This is just going to show you from their level. So if you're diamond or whatever, you're going to be able to see from a diamond level what the organization looks like. And all of the people that are in anybody underneath you, let's say you go to somebody else's downline or view their dashboard, basically, it's going to show you from their perspective what it looks like. But all of those people that you see in ER Mist or anything else are also going to show up in yours because they're still part of your organization. This just kind of filters out some of the other noise so that you can see stuff that's going on. Yeah, actually, that's basically it. Let's do some more Q&A, and guys, feel free to ask any questions that you want. Nothing's off limits. Okay, so feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer. Sure.
Does this tool allow us to easily export like addresses or things like that if we want to do a mailing or send a welcome letter in addition to the email? Is there a way to do that?
Right. So
like a newsletter?
For those of you that are listening online, the question was: is there a way to easily export like mailing addresses or something like that into a spreadsheet or something so that they can do like an actual mailing? The answer to that is not yet. That's something that we're talking about doing. We just haven't built that feature yet because we're working on some of these other ones. So, but that is definitely something that's been suggested and it's on our list of things to add.
My second question is, create like input on the mailing list if we wanted to make a list of prospects or people that we usually send promotions or things to the people that are not signed up yet, but that are on our kind of our prospect list. Is there a way to input our own or
That's also a good question. So that question is basically the reverse. Is there a way to import this into Simple Downline or any other data team, basically for like prospects? The answer is no. And there's a couple of reasons for that. The way that data is imported into Simple Downline currently, by logging, when you sign up for Simple Downline, we ask for your member number and your young living password. And then what that does is goes and it sees all your information from the data. So that's basically in order to keep that environment pristine and protect all that data, we don't allow importing or exporting as a data. We're talking about so that they can kind of stay, basically keep those. Something we haven't done just yet. Yeah. Yes. How often does it update? That's a good question. It's what you're talking about. So information, some of those reports update every 30 to 45 minutes. Some of them update once a day. The stuff that updates once a day is what's in your profile. So like if you go to the old VO and you pull up somebody's profile, that's the information we're going to update once a day. So things like mailing addresses, email addresses, rank information, that kind of stuff is going to happen once every 24 hours. Currently, we're working on ways to speed that up. But all the other information, things like new members and OGB, that kind of stuff, we're gonna sync that information every day. Yeah. So how much does it cost? So currently the monthly subscription is $8 a month. So it's basically Netflix. We do have an annual subscription, which gives you 2 months free. So it's $80 for the year. We're also currently running what we're calling it our launch special. So first of all, you get 30 days for free. So there's no limitations on the application. You sign up your first 30 days, you don't have to pay for anything. And you can use the site and send out emails and do everything that you can do any other way. Right? There's no paid version or free version. It's just the free trial of the paid version, basically. But if you sign up and you pay for a year within your first 2 weeks, we're going to give you another 2.5 months off. So it's $60 for the year if you pay for it within the first 2 weeks. So basically, you're getting 4.5 months for free if you pay for a year within the first 2 weeks. Otherwise, again, it's $8 a month. SimpleDownline.com, and there's a link right on the front page to sign up.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Can you tell them about the part when you, after you email someone, go to the sent, and you can see actually how many opened up the email.
Yep.
I think that's really awesome.
So if also
when you have a large organization, you send out 3,000 emails, and you wonder how many
right.
really open.
So right under the email section, there's a view sent button, and this is going to show any of the emails that were sent out over however long that you've been a part of Simple Downline. So this will show you the recipients. So I can click this and it'll show me the recipient. It'll show me if it was delivered. So how many people I was sent to, how many people actually received it, and then how many people opened up the email.
Or also the link, right?
And that's the fourth column here, clicked. If I included any links in the email, it's going to show me how many people clicked on the links that were in the email. Does that make sense?
How does it determine based on who went in their inbox, who went in their spam, who has a right or wrong email address?
So the way we determine if it was delivered or not is it's called an API or webhook service called Mandrill, and they're the ones who their servers actually deliver all the emails, right? So for example, when you use Gmail and you hit send on an email, Gmail they send your email to a web service, basically a server that sends out all your email to all the email addresses, right? So that's what Mandrill does for us. They send out all of the emails. They also receive back communication from whatever server they send it to. Hey, this email came in, and so they communicate to us. Hey, this person received the email. Their server. Okay, and then when they open it, there's also communication from your email service to the server that says the email's been opened. It's unread, and then there's another one if any links are clicked on. So that's how we tell. The email delivery service notifies us that the email was delivered.
So if you're getting you're setting a lot of recipients, and then you're noticing a low percentage of delivered, would it be safe to assume that it's going to their spam, or that they have incorrect email addresses on their Young Living profile?
So this won't tell us if something went to spam. Our stuff doesn't get delivered to spam very often.
Okay.
It does happen sometimes, but that's getting better as time goes on because that improves the more well-known your service is. The web servers get to know your name basically, and they start accepting it and not throwing it spam. But even from other people that have Gmail, I'll sometimes get a flag in my inbox that says, hey, this may be spam. So there's a number of things that play into that. But that's irrelevant to the service telling us whether it was received or not.
Okay.
Because the spam filter happens after then the service sends it to your spam box or not. So for spam, so if you're noticing a high percentage of them not being delivered, which you shouldn't, and we haven't seen that happen. But if you're seeing that, chances are you have a good number of people that don't have an updated email address.
That's what I was asking you.
It's an old email address, or they don't. Yeah, we automatically exclude people that don't have an email address because some people don't put their email address to Young Living, and so we automatically, obviously, they're not going to get an email, so you won't get a bounce or anything from that. It's just going to be one of those things that if you're seeing bounces, it's because there's a bad email address.
Thank you.
And you'll see that a lot because your email address that you use to log into Young Living, if you use an email address, doesn't actually have to be a function of email address because technically it's a username.
Yeah.
So you can put the email address on your Living username field and it'll accept it. Email to it is not a valid email address.
Okay.
So that's something else to watch out for.
All right.
Yes.
So on this, can you then click on what the email was to resend it? Or?
So you can pull up View, and it'll show you what the email was that was sent, who it was sent to, and what it said. And I can pull this up, and it'll show me the people that received it. So you can view it. You can't resend the email from there yet, but you can copy and paste it into the email. Yes. These are only emails that came from, that you specifically sent to somebody.
And does it show like my person, what I normally use, so is that who it shows it's delivered from?
Yes. Yes. So when you send an email, it's going to, when they see the email come in, it'll say from you. Whatever your email. Thanks. Yeah, we've seen it just totally change how they manage their business. Courtney she's at the point where she's adding over 1,000 people a month to her downline, and so that makes it's literally impossible for her to keep up with that if she has to do it the old way. It's just not possible because she has to go through and do it all one by one. And when John, my brother-in-law, Courtney's wife, was sitting there watching her go through and just click and open and copy and paste. Click, open, copy, paste, close the window, click, open, copy, paste, close the window. Just for hours. And for developers, that's painful because you should never have to do that. So we've seen that shave off just hours of time. Yeah, from doing that. And not just from people who are diamond and executives and stars and senior stars that use the service, and they all, I mean, it handles all that stuff for them, so they really enjoy that.
The way to start out. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
if I had this a year ago,
Yeah.
like where, you know,
Yeah.
Sure.
it's just all that I think.
I remember Myra.
Emails.
I remember Myra saying that she would spend, I think, 4 hours copy and pasting for the newsletter.
Yeah, for just one.
Which you should never
Yeah,
have to do.
over and over.
And now you just do that in just
Like
about a minute.
Yes.
So the one other thing that I did want to talk about, and Claudia and I had talked about this earlier, there's been a few people, and you may have seen some posts on Facebook, a couple of people asking questions about accessing the data and whether or not Young Living is given simple downline permission or anything like that. So a couple of things to note about that. Number one, Young Living doesn't have to give us permission to access the data, right? Because it's your data, right? You guys are the ones that, when you log in and sign up with simple downline, you're giving us permission to access the data. So Young Living is actually third party to all this, and that's an hero. It's not even a relationship, right? Now that said, we have been in contact with Young Living. They're aware of us, and they have not said anything to us in the lines of, hey, can you guys stop? Or, you can't do this or anything like that. So we've also reached out to them, and we're in the process of, like I said, we're working on trying to get just a data feed directly to the database. The way Simple Downline works is very similar to something like MailChimp or something like that that imports email addresses and then allows you to send emails from that. Young Living has actually okayed MailChimp and has told members, hey, use that to spice up your emails and make them look pretty, right? So it's the same exact way that we sync the data. So you don't have to worry, you guys are okay, nobody's breaking the law or anything like that. All of that is kept very safe and secure. It's done through an encrypted connection. If you have any questions about how any of that is handled, our privacy policy and terms of service are all right there on the website down at the bottom. There's a link to it in the help section. If you have any questions about that or concerns, you're always welcome to send us an email through the widget or support@simpledownline.com. Any questions that you have, we're happy to answer, but you don't have to be worried about any of that. So if you see somebody saying, well, they don't have permission from Young Living to access your data, Young Living doesn't have to give us permission to do that. You do. And if you give us permission, then it's okay. Well, it's because of, part of it's because of who owns the data, and that gets very complicated from a legal perspective, but our attorneys have reviewed the terms of service and the privacy policy, and we've talked to them about all this kind of stuff. Everything's on the up and up. We never sell any information. So a lot of websites will sell what they call non-personally identifiable information, which means it's nothing that can identify you, but they'll sell usage information. Hey, this is how much they use this, that, or the other. Advertisers will access cookies from your browser and they'll give you targeted ads. Simple Downline doesn't have any ads, and we never sell any information ever, period, to anyone for any reason. So you don't have to worry about any of that either. Your data, like I said, is stored encrypted and secure on the server, and our server guys are extremely talented and keep up to date with all the security threats and vulnerabilities. So we haven't had any issues with any of that to date, and so and obviously we don't anticipate anything. So that's Simple Downline in a nutshell. Appreciate you guys allowing me to come out and kind of explain it all to you. Go to Simple Downline, sign up for a free trial and use it. See if you like it. I promise you will. But use it and let us know what you think for sure.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. So for those of you watching online, we'll talk about it in the groups, I'm sure.
You need to plug your computer in the back.
I do what? Oh, that's not good.